we went to a flea market and found this big thing of carrots. So we're going to can them. There was 50 pounds, and they were heavy. But the first step that I need to do is stoke the fire and get that stove super duper hot. Now, if we don't do this, it will take hours upon hours to get your temperature up. But I have found that if we stoke it up and keep it hot, when we do put the water on, it heats up pretty quickly. But the key is to keep stoking it and checking on it, because that thing can die out in 2 seconds, and, well, not 2 seconds, but you know, it does die out pretty quickly depending how dry the wood is, and then your stove isn't hot. But we're starting the canning process here, and hopefully it doesn't take too long. Now look how big these carrots are. These are monsters. This was the smaller one. They are just crazy. But we're chopping all the pieces off. Nothing goes to waste, as you will see. And just basically getting the bad parts off, because, you know, the vitamins are all in where the outside skins are. So, but I tried to cut these things in half, but they were not even, and it was really hard to cut them full length. So I cut them in half and then started this little process. And then after that, I cut them into strips of 4 or 3, depending on how wide it was. Of course, the bottom ends are smaller than the tops. But I tried really hard to keep them uniform, because you know, if you don't keep them uniform, then you're going to have a huge space on the top. But you will find that if you make them uniform and you shake your jars, they will be fuller than if you didn't. So in my first couple of batches, Steve shook the jars, and they were really full, even after cooking. But we ended up getting a lot of carrots out of this, a lot of jars. We did one batch of 18 jars in pints, and then we did 4 batches of 7 jars in quarts. So we should have enough carrots to last us a lifetime, you'd think. Well, depending what we use it for quite a few dishes. But you can see how big the pieces are with the bigger slices. But see how fat that thing is? There I am, being a hot mess. And this is what I got left to do. And 1 pot and a few carrots does a batch. And here is for the chickens. We're boiling the carrots. And that is about it. Here's our jars, and thanks for joining.